Thank you for keeping it KBC Channel 1. This is BizCheck, and we are now in the second hour of the program. My name is Betty Kiptum. In the second hour, we'll be talking about Destination Kenya and how we are selling Kenya's tourism in the region and the continent. But first, before we get to that, let's take you to the KICC, where we shall be getting to that particular event in a little bit. I'm informed that is the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AGM, as well as the launch of the e-government capacity building that will be happening. But let us get started on that conversation on Destination Kenya with Kennedy Kaunda, who is the Group Chief Executive Officer and Vice Chairman of the Federation of East Africa Tourist Guides Association. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Let us just start with a very simple question. Who is a tour guide?
Who is a tour guide?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Those are very good questions. A tour guide is someone who take visitors from one place to another destination. If you may allow me, make it short.
No, you don't really have to make it short.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need our viewers
Yes.
to have a good understanding.
Yeah,
so as
correct.
the Federation of East Africa Tourist Guides Association,
Yes.
what do you do?
Well, as Federation of East Africa Tourist Guide is an association which carries Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, 6 countries. And we are intending to work under EAC, East African Community. In Kenya, as East Africa Tourist Guide Association, we are placed in Nairobi, the capital city. As an association, we do capacity building, training, sustainability, partnership, and collaboration with other partners in the tourism industry. Yes.
Now, there's a report that was released the other day by the Kenya Tourism Board that 900,000 travelers came to Kenya from African countries last year. And the government is very keen on tapping that market some more. What is the role of tour guides in supporting the tourism industry?
First of all, you should understand that we have a destination called Kenya. And you will allow me talk of the role of tour guides in the tourism economy. And the role of tourism of tour guides, we may say, why tour guides matters. Remember that tour guides are the first ambassadors of our destination. We are the ones who build the image. We shape the visitor's experience, satisfaction, and also build a destination image. That is why we have this destination called Kenya. We play a very big role because we influence the length of stay, visitor spending in many aspects. So we are the ambassadors. As much as we have our partners, KTB, who market Kenya, Toast Cattle, and the tour operators, we are the first people who receive the clients from the time of entry to the time of exit. And we are the ones who turn itineraries into adventure and experience, and therefore we influence a return client. Yes.
And that is very important in terms of the tourism economy, ensuring that we are making sure people are, one, coming back, having a good experience, and also telling other people about their experience in Kenya.
Sure.
So what goes into curating an experience that is worthy of, a tourist coming back? What goes into that?
Remember, it takes a lot to be a tour guide. People look at us as drivers. Actually, we are not drivers.
Okay.
It's the same way you cannot say that a teacher chalk or an accountant a computer. Driving is an added advantage. It takes a lot to be a tour guide. You have to train. We are the ones who do human-wildlife interaction. We are not used so much in the camera. We are used so much in the wildlife, where we do fauna and flora, telling about our culture and heritage, our landscape. So when we do human-wildlife interaction and make our country a place to be, because remember, Kenya is a destination. Kenya is the cradle of mankind. That is why we always say, ask me why I love Kenya. And I believe that Kenya being a destination, we want our brothers and sisters, because we are pushing for domestic tourism, which is a very big product which we can tap to. It has not been exhausted or explored. That's why we are reaching out our partner states, whereby as East Africa Tourist Guide Association, we attract tour guide across Kenyan border to the other countries, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, where we work. So we place any tour guides at the level. You can not only guide in Kenya, but you can guide around Kenya, East Africa, and Africa. Remember, tourism is a shared agenda. And we want to place ourselves in the front line so that we can build our market as we also tap to our international market.
And in terms of becoming a tour guide, there are a lot of people who view guiding as a hobby, you know, because I know the city so well. I see some tourists, I tell them, we negotiate, I tell them it's $100 and then they proceed to do the guiding. I would like to hear from you the certification and licensing, how tour guiding is actually a profession.
Actually, as East Africa Tourist Guide Association, we represent trained, certified tour guides and licensed. You cannot just wake up one morning and decide to be a tour guide, because a tour guide has to give information, authentic information about our culture, about our heritage. And for you to be a tour guide, you need to be trained. You need to be trained. You study about fauna and flora, wildlife, culture, and our history as mankind. Remember, tour guiding started long time ago. And so I want to create awareness, even to the young people. Tour guiding is a profession. It is a career. You can build up. I know many people look at us. When they see us driving those jeeps, they call those are drivers. Leave alone driving that jeep, you have to train. So driving is an added advantage. So I want to call upon even the young people who are pursuing tourism in the universities, that I know there are other opportunities, but there is a very big opportunity when you can create your self-employment. Once you are a professional as a tour guide, people will hire you, people will contract you. You will not need to go and look for a job. The job will meet you at the doorstep. That if you are a professional, trained, certified, licensed, that is what it takes to be a tour guide. You don't just come from home and become a tour guide. It is a profession, and it takes a lot. And we have different kinds of tour guides, from the mountain guides, community guides, marine guides, safari guides, trekking guides. There are all those, and there are others we call site guides. Betty, if you come from this place, you're going to Nairobi, you go to your home, you'll meet a site guide. Somebody who was born there, he was raised there, he has knowledge and understanding of his surrounding. He can take you through history to geography. That is whom we call a site guide. So to be a tour guide, there is an opportunity. We ask you to come, join our association. We'll get you through the process. We have institutions which we have partnered with, like Utari College, KWST, and other colleges which are coming. So that is why I'm here today, to create awareness that for the young people, men and women, there is an opportunity in tour guiding along the hospitality industry. We need to have the capacity. If you look at this time, if you can do that research, many people now who are driving these Land Cruisers, you look at them, they are old, they are about 50 years. We are the young people. They should come to us, so that because we are shifting out, we need them to take over. But they should come as professional. Some of us, we became professional through experience. Remember that tour guiding started a long, long time ago. Even Jesus Christ was a tour guide. Tour guiding also, he toured, he used to lead his disciples. So tour guiding is an historic profession. So you come to Kenya, it is historically why we were referred as drivers. It was a white man job. He is the one who used to be known as a tour guide. The black man was only doing the driving. But when he left, the Indians take over. When they took over, that is why they could not pay two people in the same vehicle driving tourists. So he turned into the driver and he told him, now you have to drive and guide.
The guiding, yeah.
That is why our brothers and sisters started calling us driver guide. There is no dictionary. If I ask you, go to your dictionary and find me the name driver guide, what it means. I believe you cannot find it. But if you talk of a tour guide, even in the dictionary, you'll be able to understand who is a tour guide. So I want to tell young people, young men and women, tour guiding is a profession. Please tap this opportunity.
And so currently, based on your membership, how many tour guides are there in Kenya?
We have 10,000 tour guides in Kenya, both from national to the county region. 5,000 are domiciled in Nairobi, and the other 5,000 are in other circuits. Remember, we used to have 7 circuits. We have added up to 9. Okay? So the 5,000 are domiciled in Nairobi because remember, Nairobi is the point of departure and point of arrival. Yes.
So I ask that number because tour guides should be a very key component of growing tourism, especially in the devolved units in the counties.
Correct.
And so is there a gap there in terms of tour guides supporting tourism in the counties, and what can be done to fill that?
Thank you. Thank you very much. From where I sit as a CEO, I'm a tour guide by profession. I've been pushing so much to partner with the Ministry of Tourism. We have been partnering with COG now, because being that tourism has been devolved, reaching out to the counties so that we can offer training to our tour guides who are in those counties. Our CS, Rebecca Miano, he has been singing and saying, shouting very much on how we are going to improve the numbers from 2.4 to 5 million. We are not going to do that if we cannot put on a strategy way of on how we are going to bring together these other destinations which are in the counties. Each county has its own product and landscape. They have all their dynamics way. We can tap to them. But if we don't have these group personnel who are going to be workers, the tour guides, then who are going to make and be part of the players to market our destination in our counties? Because now, being that our country and tourism has been dropped, like the Ministry of Health, so we need. So by working with COG, the Council of Governors, through them, we'll be able to reach other tour guides, those who are in county like Mombasa, Lamu, Kisumu, Rift Valley. So we put them together. We have tried to partner with county like Homa Bay, Isiolo County, Lamu County, Uasin Gishu, so that they can give us the data, bring together anyone who is handling a tourist, whether trained, whether licensed, so that we can have them trained, have them licensed, so that they are able to work in their respective counties. Yes.
And as you said, tourism is an experience.
Correct.
And so when coming up with this experience, of course, someone starts at the point of looking at potential destinations, you know. You decide whether it will be Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and then you look at pros and cons, budgets, and all that is considered. In terms of collaboration, tour guides and tour companies and all these other players in the industry, how is that looking like right now, collaboration?
There is a very big gap when it comes to tour guiding. Madam Betty, today, if I ask you, who is the civil servants of the means of education? What will you tell him? It's the teacher.
Yes.
Who is the clients?
The students.
The people and the
parents,
students.
yeah.
Who is the civil servants of the means of health?
The doctors,
the doctors
nurses,
and nurses.
yeah.
Who are the clients?
The patients.
The patients. When we come to the means of tourism, who are the civil servants?
You tell
That
me.
is why we are here to voice my clarion call. The other day, we were able, during last year Tourism Week, towards Jamhuri Day, we had an opportunity to award our president as tour guide #1. Okay? So, we have been fighting so much because we want recognition. There is a very big gap. We are trying to have the Tourism Act to be amended so that we are able to recognize who is a tour guide. Define, recognize, and interpret who is a tour guide. And that is why my clarion call that tour guiding being a profession, it has to be recognized. So there is a very big gap. And which together with our CS, allow me to take this opportunity to tell our CS, Rebecca Miano, since he took office, it's now 3 years. This is the third year or fourth year. He has never met the tour guide, who are the civil servants of the Ministry of Tourism. You cannot tell me, if we have the tour operators, the hoteliers, all of us are in private sector, and the government has no control. But I'm happy, through our Ministry of Tourism, under Tourism Regulatory Authority, the TRA, they are our regulator. As an association, we do self-regulation. But now, how can you regulate somebody you have not recognized or defined in law? Today, if I'm arrested as a tour guide, under which clause am I going to be charged? I'll be charged as a driver. So, working together, we are going to arrest so many things because we are having our visitors. Because we are not able to regulate the industry very well. That is why we have clients coming at the airport. And you get that the person who they had booked with is nowhere to be found. A tour guide go with the clients. Betty, you gave me a client, you told me to wake up in the morning, you cannot find me. You are forced to look for another vehicle. So under this regulation, and I'm happy because we have been working closely with the TRA and KWS, so that we are able to streamline the industry, harmonize it, so that we bring professionals who are going to work in this industry. And tour guide plays a critical role. So together with the Ministry of Tourism, KWS and TRA, stakeholders, institutions like Kato, Butali College and TOSC, now, who are the associations of tour operators, if we can bring these things to rest and we have people who are trained, certified, licensed to work, because we say a teacher is a teacher, a policeman is a policeman. That way, we are going to have our dream of increasing numbers to 5 million be realized.
And how far are these proposals for the review of the Tourism Act? How far are they right now?
They are very far and near. Okay,
clarify that. What do you mean by that?
We started chasing this from 2022. That is when, during Barala's time, we took the petition to Parliament. So to have the Tourism Act be amended so that we are able to identify the tour guide. It has not been realized. So we came in, we had the former lady who went to ESC, Malonza. And then Fred came. Now we have Rebecca Miano. Nothing has been done. So we are trying to tell and help me use this platform to tell Rebecca Miano, can you kindly meet the tour guide so that we can help you? We have the solutions. TRA has managed to bring a regulations, but there are still gaps. Because when you have our parks being assessed with people who are not qualified, what experience do they give to the traveler, and which will make him, which will attract him to return and come again and bring more.
And so the licensing that you mentioned, of course, the Tourism Regulatory Authority is the one licensing tour guides.
Correct.
So there is already licensing that is happening.
Yeah, right now, since we started, they have done a regulation. I think it is already gazetted. It was a policy. We have said that let everyone be licensed. Anyone handling a tourist, let him be licensed. After that, now we will start again cleaning the system so that we can have the right people. We don't want to say to chase people from the industry. If you came in, Betty, by other way, maybe your brother bought you a Land Cruiser and he told you to follow Kahunda and you are now a tour guide, we don't want to chase you away. These are the people we want because we want to hand over. We'll get you trained, get you licensed, so that now you are able, in case of anything, because you ask him who is a tour guide. We are supposed to give the right information, authentic one, and turn your experience into adventure. So if you don't have these skills of communication, customer care, and the history of your country and other country, like our neighborhood, because as we share the tourism product, we do forward our clients. You know, they can do 10 days in Kenya, they go 5 days to Serengeti, Tanzania, that way. So we need people who are trained, licensed, so that you are able to work across the region.
During the COVID period and then into the area of recovery,
yes,
the tourism sector took quite a hit.
Sure.
And I remember that the sector survived a lot on domestic tourism.
Correct.
Campaigns such as Tembea Kenya, and at that time, the tour companies, tour operators, played a very key role in ensuring that they are tailoring products that meet the desire of Kenyans and also the budgetary constraints of Kenyans.
Correct.
You know.
Correct.
So, from a tour guide's perspective, how do you think you can add value to the experience of a Kenyan who is, I'm not looking at this as a tour guide, tour operating company, I just want a good experience within my budget. How can tour guides contribute to that?
In fact, if there are people who can give you a very memorable experience as a tour guide, because we work in a remote setup. And that is where we want our brothers and sisters not to fear. When they see those Land Cruisers and vans, they think that that is a white man vehicle only. You can afford it. We can give you a well-tailed budget within your spending, because we have various categories of lodges, camps, cottages, which our brothers and sisters can afford, way from the school children, from primary, secondary to colleges. And during COVID, we realized that traveling is it's an unhealthy issue. You can imagine people are unable to stay in the house. You'll even die, you'll get sick. So the only thing for you to heal, you have to travel. That is why we want to, it was realized that domestic tourism, we can depend on domestic tourism before we fill out with the international. So as a tour guide, I am well informed, a lot of knowledge on the places to be, those expensive ones, those budgeted clients, all of them we can accommodate them. And for our brothers and sisters in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, we have been trying to reach out to the Ministry of Tourism through our PS Ololo Tour. We always ask this question. With KTB and Machuko, Kenya, we want to increase domestic tourism than international. What one thing are we supposed to do so that our brothers and sisters can travel? I know if you ask, I ask you, Betty, today, where are you not going for holiday? Where are you not traveling as a domestic tourism? I don't know what you'll tell me. Maybe you don't have money. So we want to look at many things. That's why we are saying, as tour guides, we have the solution, we have the answers. Let the Minister of Tourism, KTB, and our she's called Madam Jonah, the CEO for KTB. Can we partner together? The tour guides, we are the ambassadors. We are the ones who portray, who build our image for a destination. Let us come together, partner with us. I'm telling you, we will shape, and these figures we are looking at, because we are working closely with Tanzania. In Tanzania, we have TTGA, Tanzania Tour Guide Association. We go to Saga, Uganda. We go to Rwanda, Rwasaga. Burundi, we are building an association there. We brought in Southern Sudan, and we are saying we should talk to our brothers and sisters. Tanzanians cross over to Kenya. The Kenyan will cross over to Tanzania, visit Serengeti, Ngorongoro. The Ugandan come to Masai Mara, come to Amboseli. So through our associations, that is where I told you we have national and regional associations, even in Kenya. We are also partnering them. We have border issues, I know, but as tour guide, we have laid a curriculum, standard training for tour guide. If you can not only guide in Kenya, you can also guide in East Africa. You can also guide in Africa, because we have an association called FATIA, Federation for Africa Tourist Guide, where I sit as the PRO. Because we want to have tourism being an African agenda. We need to push so that our people can travel. We are looking at our government. We need to speak to our president. Yesterday, I saw many people in State House. Our president is tour guide number 1. I urge him to come out, invite us to State House. We want to give you, because I know you are loved. We invested so much in hospitality. And being a tour guide number 1, we will have you, and we have a model and a concept. Either it is some taxes that we are going to make our government to waive or to decrease, because like now, our people cannot travel because maybe the park fee are so high. Okay? Recently, you saw us doing a march to the Minister of Tourism and to KWS, or because of 8.5 increase.
Yes.
But we are saying this one can be done because we are having return in terms of you say added value?
Yes, added value, value added, yeah. Value
addition.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do it together. It is not expensive to travel, because that is why we have classified types of vehicles, TSV vehicles. We have Land Cruisers and we have the tour van. If you cannot drive with a Land Cruiser, you will drive with a van, which you can afford, Betty. So I'm also urging other stakeholders, like the Minister of Education. Let's partner together, build a curriculum. Tourism has to be taught from primary, so that our children grow. Not that you go up to university, you have never visited Masai Mara, you have never visited Amboseli. If I ask you, Betty, have you ever visited Savo? But because I know you are a media person, maybe by that chance you have been there. But many of our people have not visited this. So if we can carry this knowledge even we created CBC. Why don't we teach our children that, tourism, this is tourism.
Yeah, I like that you've brought up the issue of, well, I have not been to Tsavo, but yes, I have traveled quite some within the country. And one issue that always comes up is we have, let me call them tired destinations. It's like the only destination that people know is the Mara and Mombasa or Malindi, the beaches. And so there's something that needs to be done to make sure that other destinations, including those in the counties like Turkana, I mean, like Turkana needs to be as big as Masai Mara, but it's not in terms of accessing or attracting the numbers. So it's good that you mentioned that. And what more do you think can be done to popularize those other destinations that are not so popular right now?
Betty, I think let us have the right people to do the right job. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. Why am I saying so? Sometimes when I look at Magical Kenya, KTB, and other partners like you, Betty, because you are in the media, what product do we need to? We have showcased some product which we have said, it is a perception now. If I take you to Malindi, Watamu, there are other products that we have not explored, which we need. If we can, that is why I say, you know, tourism is an hospitality industry, and it requires all of us. Yeah? Mm-hmm. If I talk of the Hustler Nation model, which came from Mamamboga to everyone, if we can involve all this whereby one Friday in along Kenyatta Avenue, we are having people coming for dinner, all of us can flow and come up with a product which will sell very much. We even don't need to go very far. We can start from Nairobi, then go to other counties. That is why I say, as a tour guide, we work in a remote setup. We already know other products which we are not speaking loud about. Yes, I agree totally with you. The perception that we have, it's only if I go to Amboseli. Some visitors, they ask us, why are you driving me to Amboseli? If I have seen an elephant in Tsavo, I've seen an elephant in Masai Mara. Then I said, it is because of Kilimanjaro. But we have other destinations. You go to Tsavo, Musima Spring, Saturn Lava, and other products which are there. They are niche. We go to Turkana. So together as tour guide, because we work in a remote setup, we are able to come together and give KTB and Magical Kenya, if we can work together, other products which have not been tapped. Awesome. And there are so many.
Right, thank you very much. Back to studio and continue with our conversation on matters tourism and how tour guides are selling Destination Kenya. And with me in studio is Kennedy Kaunda, who is the Group Chief Executive Officer as well as the Vice Chairman at the Federation of East Africa Tourist Guides Association. Kennedy, before we close this conversation, a lot of travelers depend on social media and the digital platforms to, look for experiences. That is where they shop. At least I do that as well. So I would like to know if tour guides are taking advantage of the digital platforms in terms of reaching more potential customers.
You know, as tour guide, we are more into practical than theories.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. I've had clients who have used TikTok and social media, and I've heard their cry and the experience that they give. Mm-hmm. All of us, we are embracing innovation, yeah, and digital platform. But we can use it in a very better way. Traveling and tourism is a different experience, Betty. Traveler why do I need to travel? I ask you, why do you need to travel? Why do people travel? Is it that they don't have a beautiful home to stay? That's why they want to come? It is because they want human interaction. Innovation, digital platform is good and great idea, but we use it as a stepping stone. But more work has to be discharged by the tour guides. Because you see, you cannot come and then maybe, I don't know, for you will excuse me for this, a robot will take you to Masai Mara. You need human interaction. Traveling is health. People need healing. TikTok is playing a very big role, and some of us are using it, but we need to shout there out. That is why we talked of training and capacity building from the national to the county level in this type of personnel who are the ambassadors of tourism. We are the drivers of the tourism industry. So we are using those platforms, but we need to speak loud so that we can also use. Because I, as Kennedy, you as a traveler from Indonesia, you need to Google. Go search a guide in Kenya, then you will know me, you'll know my profile, so that even if you are booking with Pullman and today you are landing, you already picked your tour guide. And remember, we have categories of tour guide. There are those who speak foreign language. There are those who are badass, like that. So we are making use, and we need to make use of this platform. Digital, TikTok, WhatsApp, whatever, call it. We need them. And that is why I'm calling upon the young people. Because when I speak of tour guiding in the 21st century, we need the young people to come. But they need to be trained and to be guided. Because like from where I sit, if I have trained as a teacher and I need internship or attachment, where will I go? There are schools, I'll go there. But as a tour guide, I'm finding it difficult even to place these young people who are coming from university, where to go for attachment and internship. Because for you to go for intern as a tour guide, where will you go? Allow me use maybe Somac, other company like Pullman. They are not employing you. How will you do your internship for you now so that I will be able to give you a clients you travel? Okay, before we finish, allow me speak of challenges.
That will be your closing remark. I'm informed that we have about a minute to go, so
yes,
please. Yeah.
We have challenges. My call to NTSA, which is the Ministry of Transport, we should work together. We don't want scenario whereby we are driving to Amboseli, 20 vehicles are placed into a police station simply because they are inspecting speed governors. So we need to do better. The Ministry of Transport under NTSA, Traffic Department, through our TPU, Tourism Police Unit, we need to partner together so that we can create a smooth traveling for our clients, both domestic and international.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. And I hope that the tour guiding profession is formalized and appreciated by those who depend on you guys. Asante. That is Kennedy Kaunda. He is the Group CEO and Vice Chairman of the Federation of East Africa Tourist Guides Association, speaking to us about the tour guiding profession and how they are an integral part of Kenya's tourism agenda. Remember that Kenya wants to reach 5 million visitors in a few years' time. So a lot of work needs to be done, and tour guides are very important on that. That is BizCheck this morning. Thank you very much for keeping us company and for watching.